Hi, this is Kate Magic, and you're listening to the Raw Living podcast. Raw Living is Europe's leading raw foods and superfood supplier, and I founded the company back in 2002. In this interview series, I'm talking to some of the people behind the brands that we offer on our shop to find out what exactly is the ethos behind the company. Not just the ingredients that they use and the processes that they use to create the end results, but I'm asking them other questions like how do they show respect for the environment? How do they treat their workers and their relationship to the farmers who grow the crops? All the companies that we work with are putting huge amounts of dedication and commitment into creating products that are benefiting not just you, but also the whole ecosystem, the planet, the people. And with this series, I'm hoping to show insights into that. When you're shopping with these companies, you're really not just investing in your health, you're truly investing in a better world for us all. My guest today is Dru of Starseed Fuel. He has brought this amazing product called Power Immunity to us. I found him. He has a Telegram channel that I love called Cosmic Life Force, and saw that he had this amazing product on there. So that's how we found it, and you can listen to Dru's story now. Hi Dru, how are you doing today?
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me back. And it's really good to see you again. And yeah, it was quite exciting. And I saw your beautiful trip from Egypt. That was pretty awesome. Very,
Yeah,
very.
yeah, it was. So we're going to chat about Power Immunity. It's one of your, I want to say, flagship products that I found out about through following you on Telegram. Do you want to tell us a bit about it and how you came to discover it?
Yeah, it's helped me throughout the years. I've been using it for like way longer than I've had it, and it was actually formulated by a scientist, friend of mine, Andrew, and um, he's rest in peace. He passed away of old age in 2019, and it's one of the reasons why I was able to not take over the company, but basically like got the worldwide rights um, for sales and the formulation. He never got a patent either because he was totally against the big pharma. He awesome guy. Just wasn't even a great business person, but he knew his stuff. And and he never got a patent because in the United States you have to give up the recipe or the formula, and he just didn't trust them. And it's funny, he told me that there were several other companies that actually use the same ingredients to try to like recreate that same formulation, but failed to do so because of, I guess, like, the amount of ingredients times the actual amounts of each ingredients. And I guess there's a it's actually like a quantum velocity
Okay.
processing that goes through it in binding all of the ingredients, all the minerals together. It's like his own little recipe, which I don't even know to this day. This it's just at the manufacturer place, which is out manufactured in a homeopathic pharmaceutical company out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So anyways, so yeah, I was using that. I was using it, and yeah, we actually met through my lawyer, who's actually a really good friend of one of my closest friends actually. And he wanted to do some like redesigning of like some of his packaging, and that's how I knew this. This is like almost 10 years ago, or around 10 years ago, like 2014, 15. And he was telling me about like all the benefits and this and that. And his main goal was actually for to combat herpes and and certain pharmaceutical prescription medication for herpes. You know, it was kind of funny because there was a lot of jokes in that, obviously. And then he gave me a box, was like, why don't you try it and everything. And I was like, I don't have herpes. Like, but then I found out like about 70% of everybody that has herpes, because the cold sores, and that's a form of herpes. And there was I learned like so much just in dealing with talking with him. So I did take it, and I've gotten several cold sores since I was a kid. Like during winter time or certain times of the year, it would just pop up, and it was like really nasty and painful and stuff. And sure enough, when one did pop up, I popped some power immunity. It wasn't even called power immunity at the time, but I popped it. And 2 days later, it was gone. And sometimes when you get a cold sore, it would be there for um, over a week, sometimes 2 weeks. And then he would tell me like, well, it works for all viruses or anything viral related. And so flus and colds and um, um, pretty much like even shingles and like anything virus related, basically. So yeah, so I started taking it, and this stuff works. And I got rid of like, you know, all my over-the-counter drugs and medications and everything. And I just started taking that, and I was I was doing fine, no problem and stuff. And so I started buying boxes of this stuff because I was giving it to my kids, I was giving it to my mom and my business partners, and I was just giving it to a lot of people and stuff all around me. And I was doing this for years until 2019 when he passed away. And I was trying to I was actually running low because I was buying like by the boxes and everything. And when uh when I got low and I actually ran out, I was trying to get a hold of them, and found out that he passed away. And it was actually really sad. And then I found out the company was in jeopardy. And so I had my lawyer go, and basically my lawyer got me at the licensing deal for the formulation worldwide. And I wasn't able to use the name just because they were it was going through probate. And just it wasn't like that clean. So to avoid any legality issues, I was able to just license the formulation. So I created the name Power Immunity, and just basically like relabeled it. And I got the rest of the supply that was in the warehouse. And then we linked up with the manufacturer, and that's basically how it started. But I wasn't even
That's all
um
divine timing, right? Because then you were able to
it
distribute distribute
it
it to a wide amount of people in 2020 when people really needed it.
it's crazy how that happened, because like even when I finally signed the deal, like at the end of 2019. And it took like a long time because we were going through like all this paperwork and all these people that were involved, and everything. And then when the deal was done, um by the end of 2019. And I wasn't even gonna I I was just happy that I had it for myself, to be honest. And I was like not in a hurry. I was 2018, I unplugged. I I disconnected from like a lot of my businesses and business partners. And it's when I actually told people that I retired in 2018, which I kind of did. Um and so I was not in a hurry to start anything brand new again. I just knew that I was able to do it, and I could just build a website and put a little online store, and whatever happens, happens. And I was fine with that. 2020 came along, or like in March when COVID came along, um, I started talking to the guys about, I'm like, will this stuff work for, COVID is a virus and, and then flu symptoms and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, it totally will work, or at least by everything like our research, the clinical studies, and there was tons of clinical studies done on it, and that will say that it will work and stuff. So during that whole summer, I was just looking for people that had COVID, and I started giving it all out. And about like five, like by the end of 2020, I was convinced that it worked because a lot of people did take it and they got better in a matter of days, like short days, 2 to 4 days usually, and they got better immediately. And so I was like, okay, I gotta rush and get a website built. And so by 2021, I got my website launched. Um, and I launched powerimmunity.com and I launched starseedfuel.com, which I had all these other supplements as well. Um, but I got attacked so hard. That's when like my social media got shadow banned. I mean, like it was just like nonstop of just like things were just failing. I had to get a new server. And then one day, out the blue, they just cut my e-commerce. Like my e-commerce was just like gone.
Right.
And there was no way of like you know, fixing it. I literally had to start a brand new corporation. I had to start several brand new corporations and set up new bank accounts, new tax, like it just everything. So that pushed me back another 6 months. So it was not until like about September, I believe it was on September 2021 where I relaunched the site and I had to like separate everything out. So and ever since then, I don't advertise. I don't, no Facebook, no Instagram, no nothing. It was just purely word of mouth, and because of the Telegram channel, I was able to just kind of get it out there at least to the subscribers. And what happened at in Telegram was really beautiful because it all became word of mouth, and most of the people that actually buy Starseed and Power Immunity were a lot of mothers, a lot of moms, and the because it was the moms that were like searching for stuff and giving their kids and their husband and their family members all of this, and they were the ones that were like sending in videos, making videos, and sharing it with one another. So it's all word of mouth aside from me doing my little postings on it. And I try not to even do like a lot of postings on it. I just try to like limit it so it doesn't look spammy or nothing like that. And but yes, it was because of totally because of like subscribers and people that were using it and telling their stories, and really writing like details of like what happened to them, and what they did and how they did it, and and these individual stories that actually um became, and it's still not big by any means. We're but it's been thousands and thousands of people have been using Power Immunity and kept them safe and healthy during these last few years,
Can you
so
tell
I'm
us
I'm
some of,
happy.
can you tell us some of the things that people have been getting good results with?
So yeah, I mean, just basically like um you could take it as a supplement. So it's you could take it two a day or two or three a day, or and and I don't even take it every day. I slip. Sometimes you're busy or whatever and stuff like that. But I do take it when I do remember it and stuff. And you take it on the tongue, and you take it as a supplement for preventative, so you don't get sick. And for it, for whatever reason, if you know, and then I also take it like if I'm around like a bunch of people, sometimes I go into like a place, a party or events. There's a bunch of people there. So then I'll just pop like a bunch of them. It's all natural, it's homeopathic. You can't OD on it. You know, I don't suggest a little kid taking a whole bottle, but if he did or she did, nothing bad will happen to them. It's so yeah, you know, if you're flying a lot, if you're moving, it's just a it just helps your body um just helps your body build your immune system really, really strong. It puts a lot of oxygen in your body. It's made out of like mostly like sea and trace minerals and different herbs. Um, and whatever formulation he's made. The ingredients are on the website. You can look at it. You can research all of it. You can dive deep into it. And during COVID, a lot of these moms were like diving deeper into even to what I know about it and each minerals and what it does and how it does and they were telling me about it and some of their stories and you know their parents or people that have had COVID. And some people that had COVID didn't really have COVID. You know, they were just testing positive and they didn't have COVID. They're like, I feel fine. You know, the the asymptoms, the non-symptoms. And but the people that had it or had some sort of like flu or cold, when they took it, you know, sometimes it was like a day. The next day they were feeling better. The day after that, they were like back to like 100%. And some people that may be like a little bit more weaker or not in good shape or health wise, that took like a couple days to do. And if they continue taking it, the kids pop right back. Um, like toddlers, you know, 5, 6 years old, or like even teens, 10, from like 10 to like the teens. They pop like one or two, and then like they bounce right back. I had a lady friend. She was pregnant, and she caught COVID pretty bad, and we're like it could have affected her pregnancy, and she didn't take anything else except for power immunity, and she bounced back. And I've had a few other stories where like where the COVID was like really, really, really bad. And where like they were in a hospital and they had to come out of it and power immunity was the one that was, you know, that brought them back and they didn't take anything else, which I don't suggest. You know, I'm the type of person that, you know, I'm not just promoting power immunity. I've promoted like every type of you know, from magnesium to zinc. You use the um I was gonna say the Dr. Z pack, you know, like everything, black seed oil if you can get your hands and not just
So you
so
recommend people take it in the morning? Is it best to take it away from food?
um that's the thing. It's fine either way. You can actually even take it with alcohol. You know, people have asked me that. I don't suggest you take it with alcohol or just take out, you know, consume alcohol, period. But yes, you can. There's no side effects. There's no wrong way of taking it. You know, people have actually swallow it. And that's not an issue too. It just takes longer because your body's got to digest it to get it, you know. So if you took it on the tongue, it spreads out a lot faster. The
It
effect,
dissolve under the tongue.
it dissolves. Yeah, it doesn't taste bad at all. um it has no taste. But it doesn't taste chalky either. So it's easy to do. I've told even like infants or like kids, like young kids, if they have like, like a flu or cold, I just tell the parents to crush it and, dab it on their fingers and then just rub it in their gums, just rub a little bit on their gums and just do that multiple times, and they bounce right back. There's nothing harmful in it at all. The bottom line, it totally works. And like I said, there's so many things that is attacking us. There's so much pollutants and toxins and everything. I say, we always wait for like our bodies to break down. It's like the car, like your car, you wait till the car breaks down, like it doesn't start it, and that's when you want to fix it, which is fine. I mean, you have to fix it at that point when your body actually breaks down and you have to rest, you have to take some medicine. But that it shouldn't be, we shouldn't wait till that dire situation to fix our body, you know what I mean? Like when you're feeling good, this is the time to like enhance yourself now, you know what I mean? Like to get stronger, to build and strengthen yourself, it shouldn't require you to get in a fight and lose the fight to start working out and training.
Yeah.
You should train and work out so if anything happens, you're prepared for that. You know what I mean? And it's always about preparation and prevention, basically. You know.
Brilliant. Well, Drew, thank you so much for bringing it to us.
Yes, I'm glad you guys got it, and I hope it does. Well, I hope it helps everybody out now, and yeah. So and thank you for helping spreading the word and spreading the medicine out.
Thank you for listening. You can check out the products we've been talking about by visiting Raw Living, rawliving.co.uk. And if you haven't got an account already, then do sign up. You get £5 off your first order. And also, please do like, subscribe, and share this podcast. It really does help.